Vai mo Samoa! Lemanu! Lemanu Samoa! Lemanu fight! Lemanu Samoa! Lemanu fight! Lemanu Samoa! Lemanu Lesi Manu Lemanu! Rosa Lemanu Mea! Hello Manu Siwa! Never for my sources! Never Lemanu! Lemanu Samoa! Lemanu Samoa! Lemanu Samoa! Lemanu Samoa!
Wonderful response, great passion. Michael Alalatoa stalking his way through his lines of players before leading the Civital. All is in readiness. The first of 3 games. Wales, Portugal, Ireland, Tonga to follow. But this is an intriguing wee battle. Chile will be very buoyed by what they did last week against Japan. They were frustrated with some of the mistakes. Samoa sitting out weekend 1. They will think they've got a real shot in Pool D, which of course features today's opponent, Argentina, Japan and England. The third team involved, your match officials, it's 2 Kiwis, 2 Aussies. Paul Williams is the match official out of Taranaki in New Zealand. Angus Gardner, assistant referee 1. James Dolman out of Auckland, New Zealand, assistant referee number 2. And your television match official is Brent Cronin out of Australia.
And I think Chile will want to start well. They played well, but lost 42-12 to Japan. The bookies have got Samoa as 32-point favourites in this game, so it's really important that actually Chile can start well, and their crowd is here to get behind them.
Samoa wearing their alternative strip, that is white shirts, blue shorts, white socks, trimmed with a bit of dark navy blue. They come up against the Chilean side wearing their primary strip, that is a red shirt, blue shorts, blue socks. Ball is in readiness. It'll be Samoa playing from left to right, that is defending the northern end, playing towards the southern end. Our commentary position, western side of Stade de Bordeaux. The far side, that's the eastern side. Bathed in sunshine.
And what's really impressive as we look around this stadium is it's pretty much close to full, and that's a fantastic testimony to both France and this city and the way the French have really got behind this World Cup. Wonderful atmosphere here.
Plenty of red, good smattering of blue, and an odd pocket of orange. Don't understand that one.
Yeah, let's get to the bottom of that.
So we sit and wait. The match officials, by the way, wearing the yellow and blue shorts. Blast on the whistle gets us underway, and it's Liliafano wanting to go short, looking to get McFarlane, who climbs high and comes down with the ball. Samoa with the first opportunity. Tomotani whips this ball away to Lee. Little short ball, Luatua. Midway 10-metre mark, 22, centre field left. Liliafano. They wanting to get this one wide. Coming up is Paia'awa. It's actually Tamor Manu that's been dumped to the ground. Tomotani. Knock on has been called. Little short ball for Lay. Presents it on the 10-metre mark. They continue right centre field. Liliafano wanting to go wide. That ball will sit up for Toala. Very awkward. This is under advantage, though, from referee Williams. It's now back inside Samoan territory. 7 in from the right wing touch. They sweep it away left. Alalatoa. Good defence by Chile. Now Tamotani thinking box kick possibly. He's 16 in right wing touch. 5 in his own half. Sets this. Lobs it up, coming down waiting for it. It's been slapped back again by Luatua. It's taken now by Lamb. Samoa continue to dominate. Comes wide. Liliafano wanting to go wide. Trying to get that one out wide. It skims a little right over into that far corner. Good defence, Chile. Nice line at the moment. Good solid fend. That was Seal working wide on that left-hand side. And the play goes into touch. And now there's a penalty, though, against Chile for not releasing. Very good start in terms of continuity by Samoa, and for the most part, good defence as well by Chile.
Yeah, I mean, they really have, Samoa have taken control of the early exchanges. A beautiful hanging kick to start, winning it, McFarlane winning it in the air. Again, when the ball went up, it was Samoa who got the ball back. And actually a couple of times there was an overlap. If they had moved it wide, they had a 5-2 overlap. And so Chile are looking a little bit fragile at the moment as the kick gets lined up to go into the corner.
This little punt by Lealiafano. 2 minutes gone, no score. Lealiafano wearing the white scrum cap, the national emblem of Samoa, emblazoned on the side. It's going to be Selara Lam, plays his club rugby for Perpignan. Line out right on the 22 left-hand side. Up taking it nicely is Luatua. He'll be one of the primary line-out targets for Samoa. Trying to drive, well defended at the moment by Chile. Pushing a little bit towards the left-hand side. 5 in from that left wing touch. Tamotani wants it, releases it to Moamanu with a little tip over the top, scrambling across. Beautifully covered by Nyaga, and they're going to go back. Ayaza, I should say. Again, there was a penalty and infringement. This is dead in front, very kickable as we approach the 3-minute mark, and I suspect, given the fact that there is a T being run out, that this will be a kick for goal.
Yeah, it's a great chance for Samoa to open the scoring, and really they've been dominant, and actually it's a pity that the penalty was given away, because as the ball was thrown out, the ball was recovered by the Chilean, and the kick was right down into the 10 metres inside the Samoan half, with the Chilean players good position to follow up, as we see referee speaking to the Chilean captain, and he's, even at this early stage there's been a couple of infringements. Samoa look very strong.
Well, Pablo Limoni was pretty strong on that in his post-game comments after the 42-12 loss to Japan last week. A little bit of discipline, he wasn't happy with that. So, Lealiafano stands with the left foot just slightly ahead of the right, just leans the body forward. He's taken the scrum cap off. Ball perched on a pink kicking tee. He moves forward, brings the right foot through and drills it low and hard down the middle. And after 4 minutes, it's Samoa who lead by 3 points to 0.
Yeah, they've looked strong, they look composed. I was watching them in the warm-up beforehand. They look as though they mean business here today, and that's going to be the perfect start for them. And really, as Chile walk up rather slowly, the restart, let's see what they can do from their kickoff. Samoa were dominant from theirs.
Rodrigo Fernandez, nice and high. It's going to drop down on the 22, about 10 in. Nicely claimed. Chile get there and try and sack the Samoan ball carrier. Driven outside the 22. Hamotani, Alalatoa carries. Taken inside the 22. Around 16 in from that left wing touch. Lealiafano is in the pocket, but Hamotani goes with a little box kick, and it's taken by Chile on halfway. An opportunity. Yaza wanting to attack. Fernandez can see a little bit of space here. Oh, he's through! Fernandez is through! He needs support!
Oh, no.
Beautiful tackle by Alba, but they get the offload. Here they come through Torrealba, wanting to go wide. Saavedra, that's Clemente. They're only 5 out. Away it comes. Badea. They're quickly on top of him. Pick and drive. Matias Ditos. He's only millimetres away. Larenas has come over from the right wing. Pick and drive again. Short, wonderful defence. And there was Saltani. Another pick and drive by Chile. There's 5 in from this left wing touch. Pick and drive. I think he's over, is he? Try!
Well, what a response from Chile. What a response. As we were saying that they looked a little bit tentative, and when the high ball went up, the ball was caught immediately. Then they had an overlap and moved it right, moved it out to the left-hand side, took it right up to the Samoan line, and were frustrated at first. But then when we're patient and we're worried that it looked as though Samoa had got control of the ball or had slowed it down, but they just kept going and been patient. What a response. What a response.
The try scorer was Matias Ditos.
Because I'd been watching them from the kickoff, and actually Vidala, the right wing, had sort of followed up the kickoff in a very... What's this now? The referee, Angus Gardner, is calling in his touch judges.
Just referring to the check here, mate.
There's going to be a check.
We're going to need to have a look at the actions of 12. Is it 12? Yes, 12 White. Okay. Who makes a late tackle off the ball with force. Yeah.
No,
so the voice you're hearing there is Brent Cronin. He's the television match official now. He has seen some form of foul play against the more Manu of Samoa. So it should not affect the try.
Your first angle.
Let's have a listen to this. So we're seeing a little cutback ball. And so he's taken a player without the ball.
Now, Paul.
BC,
Beautiful dummy by
don't have any
Fernandez. It's actually Ulupano Saltini.
Okay, so we've just seen the back end of that. Here we go. There's our first.
No worries. This is the tight angle first for you, which we showed first.
So what we're seeing there is shoulder, what appears to be shoulder on chest.
Yeah, still off field review.
Yeah, well, that's foul play. That's what we're doing.
Foul play and off field review. I'm at a yellow.
Yeah.
You're at a yellow?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It was 13, was it, mate?
Yes, it's number 13.
Yeah, it's a tackle off the ball and it's dangerous. It's going to be a yellow card. I need 13, please, Alan.
Just the yellow? No,
Just yellow. It'll be reviewed. Is that 13 here? On the screen.
The voice of Paul Williams you're listening to.
Tackle off the ball, dangerous play.
Ulupano Junior Saltini is sent from the field for 10 minutes. Yellow card will also be under review, so as well. The bunker now has 8 minutes in which to form a decision as to whether that meets the red card threshold. As now we see Santiago Videa, the right-footed goal kicker, lining up this conversion attempt. It is just on 5 metres in from the left wing touch. It's just taken it half a step outside the 22. Shot clock is at 18 seconds now. Takes a big deep breath. Has a wee look at what that shot clock says. Steadies himself. One last look. Moves in. Lovely strike. It was going nowhere else but down the middle. 7-3. Chile leads Samoa.
What a response. What a response. You just thought it was after Samoa had taken the early control of the game, and what a response. It looked as though when we threw a dummy with the man free outside that Chile had lost the opportunity, but they were patient, and they were patient on the line. They kept going through the phases, they kept going, they were confident that they would get in, and they did, and then kicked the conversion. What a start we've had to this game.
Liliafano restarts, wants to go a little bit deeper this time, and it's going to be taken by the man who's just kicked the conversion, Videa, and now he gets it away to his captain, Sigrin. Martin drives forward, he's 10 in from this left wing touch, and they want to work that little blind side. Fernandez puts the head down and just gets barreled back by McFarlane. Torrealba gets the ball away to Carrasco. The loose head prop carries to 5 outside the 22, still 10 in from that left wing touch. Marcelo Torrealba shaping as though he wants to go box, kick the halfback, and he does. Might have been just touched by McFarlane. Got a footage, slaps it back to Videa. On the ground, gets up, releases, goes again. Got 7 short of halfway, 5 in from this left wing touch. Right running ball, big carry by Pedrero. Right running ball again. Away it goes to Carrasco. Willing ball carrier, met by solid Samoan defence. 10 metre mark inside their own territory, Chile. Trying to get over that ball and turn it over, and they've done so very well, and that is Fritz Lee. Wonderful work by Samoa.
Yeah.
See what the decision is, whether they go to the corner or whether they want to kill a bit of time with a man sitting in the bin.
I think, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do, and there's a lot of this conversation going on. We might thought they would like to really re-establish themselves in the match. Oh, I think he's calling for a shot at goal.
Smart, that'll kill a little bit of time.
Yellow card, low degree of danger, he'll come back in 10.
There we go. That there was the confirmation that the review has been taken place. Low degree of danger. It will just stand at a yellow card for Ulupano Junior Saltini, and so he will return in approximately 8 minutes' time as Christian Liliafano lines up the kick, as Paul Williams now passes that information on, and also has a little bit of a lecture given to him by Martin Sigrin, the captain of Chile.
Just letting you know that yellow card remains a yellow card, so that player will return.
Yeah, it's frustrating for Chile after having weathered the early storm, come back and score that excellent try. To give away a kickable penalty will be very frustrating to them and all the coaching staff.
So Liliafano knocked over his first kick. This one is outside the line of the right-hand upright by 8 metres, and he's 11 metres inside Chilean territory. So on the angle, be a kick of around 40 to 41 metres. He moves in, strikes it with the right foot. Does he like it? Yes, he does, as he chases and picks up his pink kicking tee. 7-6, just on 10 minutes gone on Bordeaux.
Well done, and that ball sailed over the bar with lots to spare.
Oh, hello. See, Khaleesi's in the house.
Yeah.
Lovely, nice Eben Esterbeth as well.
Yeah, the camera's just picked up some of the Springboks who are in here for their game against Romania tomorrow.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that one as well. So back to halfway. 7-6. Chile with a converted try. 2 penalties for Samoa. Nice hanging restart again. It's beautifully claimed and taken down. Samoa inside their 22. They smuggle it to Lee. Now to Luatua, who's got it at the back. Tamotani waits as they drive outside the 22. They continue to drive. This is good work by Samoa. Taking some stopping there, a bit close to that left-hand touchline. They've got advantage, though, from referee Williams. Tamotani, flat ball, beautiful line by Lamb, just gets tipped up. They'll go back as there's a little bobble. They'll come back for a penalty. 10.5 minutes gone, 7-6, Chile lead.
Well, that was a bit too easy. I mean, right from the kick-off, it was a nice kick-off and it hung for a while. But Santiago Vidala, he just jogged up the right winger. Didn't put any pressure on, didn't put any kind of contest. And once Samoa got the ball, they marched Chile back down the field, and now winning the penalty, which is going to be Leofano, is going to be able to put it right down into the Chilean half. We'll see what he does with that. But that's a really disappointing restart from Chile, and they've ended up just about 10 metres, maybe a little bit more, 15 metres outside their own 22 with the line out to come to Samoa. Just frustrating having got into the position with the try, giving away a soft penalty, conceding now most of the length of the field, and it's going to be vital for them to stop Samoa off this line out.
Lamb holds the ball very, very high. They go down. It's taken nicely by Chris Vui, one of the co-captains, and they look to drive on the co-skipper. Well defended, though, at the moment by Chile. Now they want to go flat to the line. Tomoa Manu trying to get through and get the hands free. He's wrestled to the ground. Chile trying to get over the ball and steal it. Little bit of a bobble. Tamotina, it's been knocked on. They can go again here. Going for a wee snipe. Tamotini. Pick and drive by Samoa. Lay. Little offload, Tamotini. Now wide. Lamb bumps off one. He's 10 out dead in front. But away on here for Samoa with numbers away to the right. Little short ball to Manu. They stop him in his tracks. Nice tackle by Garafudic. His opposite. Wide they come. Paya'awa up in the line. Little offload. Diving on it's Chile, but it's under advantage. As they move back to centre field, Paul Williams looking for his mark. He keeps trotting backwards, still trotting backwards. He's on the 22. When did he stop? Nobody knows. Now he stops on the 22-metre mark. 17 in from the left wing touch. Another kickable penalty as well, with Saltani still around 4 and a bit, well, just under 4 minutes still to go in the bin, and the decision's been made because here comes the pink kicking tee, Hugo. Yeah,
absolutely. And again, it just was a bit too easy. It was a bit too soft. They've conceded 5 penalties now in the game after we're 12.5 minutes, nearly 13 minutes, as against 0 penalties from the Samoans. And it's just been too easy. We got that great score. You thought, that's going to be the springboard for them to really get hold of this game, to take on Samoa, but since really they scored, it's been all Samoa.
I'm glad that you're with us on Rugby World Cup Radio, and also as well on BBC 5 Sports Extra, part of their Rugby World Cup 2023 coverage. Hugo McNeil providing the expert analysis. Steve Oak is your producer. My name is Nigel Yolden. There's Leofano. You've got to say they've handled this little period of a player down. They've handled it really smart. They've got point scoring opportunities. They're taking the kicks, trying to make them count, and they're going to end up possibly with a nice little lead. They're down by 7-6 if Leofano can convert, and he just curves that one beautifully in from the left-hand side. 3 penalties, plays 1 converted try. It is 9 points to 7. Samoa back in front.
Yeah, gradually taking control back of the game. It'll be an interesting little barometer as to see how Chile responded from this kick-off. We've seen the Samoans fiercely contest all the ones that they kick off themselves. Let's see if they can put any under pressure. See if Vidala can actually try and win the ball in the air.
Fernandez again, though. He goes deep. It's taken comfortably and looking to carry. Up towards the edge of the 22 is Samoa, 15 in from that left wing touch. Remember, they're playing from left to right, if you can picture that in your mind's eye. Ball goes back to Leofano in the pocket, drives the ball towards that left wing side. Not the best kick of Christian's illustrious career. And it's going to give good territory in possession for Chile with still 90 seconds left with a man advantage. Line out just outside the 22, far side of play. That's a right wing throw in for Chile.
Yeah,
Plays from right to left.
It's going to be their first line out of the game. Let's see what they can do. They are in a great position on the 22.
Dusayan delivers. They go short to Clemente Saavedra at the front, and they look to drive. Well positioned. Good early momentum. Now stopped a little bit. Now the ball is dropped at the back. Goes just flicked out the back, but there was a little knock on.
And that was just absolutely what they did not need. I mean, having got into the position, the line-out was well contested, and really they weren't, and they secured possession. Samoa weren't putting undue pressure on them, and a simple knock-on has turned the ball over and has taken away this great opportunity that they had.
What it does give us is a scrum. They show Pablo Limone on the big screen, very frustrated by that. 9-7, Samoa lead.
Yeah, you tear your hair out of that. You know, you practice all week, you practice all these drills. I'm sure they've gone through the line out many times, and just a simple knock-on has just taken away their opportunity.
We know they were on such an emotional high, making their debut last week, I should say, at Rugby World Cup. It's probably the biggest challenge for the coaching staff is to try and maintain that mental intensity. Again, going too early. A free kick has been awarded to Samoa, just pushing over the mark a little bit too quickly.
Surely they'll take another scrum. Maybe try and win a full penalty off this. And they have indeed now called for a scrum as the Chilean forwards move back rather slowly to the scrummaging point. They look a little bit flat, Nigel.
So Paul Williams there saying space and balance as he talked to the front row of Carrasco, Dusayant and Ditos. Up against Lay Lam and Ala Alatoa. 6 metres in from the left wing side as Samoa see it, playing from left to right, just outside their 22. Back line is set away to the right. Nigel R. Wong lurking behind the scrum. Good solid scrum by both teams. They want to try and go again. Chile hold. Oh, and they earn a penalty. Far side is the call.
Samoa, penalty to Samoa, frustratingly for... It looked as though they'd held it, the initial push.
I think it was over on that far side. Oh, goodness gracious me.
Time off. Guys.
So the turf has lifted. It has slid back. Like a little green rug of turf that is literally just slid back, and they're now just putting it back in place.
No, that's fine.
So they're going to go for another scrum again.
Wow. Don't think I've ever seen. I can't remember ever seeing that.
They're saying they're going to reset.
Let's go.
And we see now Ulopano Jr. Saltani make his way back on to the field, having served his 10-minute sanction for foul play. Just repeating that it was under review. They cleared it very quickly. Low degree of danger. So just a yellow card, which Samoa have negotiated very well, scoring 2 penalties during his time off the field. They lead by 9 points to 7. 17 and a half minutes gone on Bordeaux. Almotani. Shock of blonde hair. Another good solid scrum by Chile. Ball comes away. Leofano just goes straight down the middle. It's going to sit up eventually. Nyaga wants to have a go. They're getting Yagi down, trying to get over the top. Samoa counter. Dorialba wants a ball carrier. Away it comes to Segrin. 15 in left wing touch. Midway 10 metre mark, 22 and a penalty against Samoa. Prince Lee, the man being pointed at. And a chance for Chile to clear from inside their own territory.
You need to get a decent touch and then win the line out. You feel the sort of momentum is kind of gradually shifting over to Samoa. really important that Chile get a grip back on this game from their point of view.
I love the involvement.
kick.
I love the involvement of Iñaki Ayaza. Every time it's a positive intent every time he gets the ball, the big fullback.
Yeah.
And here comes Dusayant, line out. 10 metres inside Samoan territory, near side of play. That's a left wing throw in for Chile. Taken down. Tori Alba sees a little hole. It closed quickly in the form of Theo McFarlane. Away it goes. Ditos, the try scorer, trying to bump his way through. Lay gets him to the ground. Presented well. Dosayant as the little numbers go to work. Wide it comes. Segrin needs support. Gets it from Huete. Being turned over though. Knocked on by Luatua. He played the initial knock on against Samoa. So this is going to be a scrum. In line with the left-hand upright, 12 metres inside Samoan territory. They lead by 9 points to 7. So a chat going on at the moment there too between Marcelo Torrealba and Michael Alalator. A lot of chat. There was just a replay up on the screen that the Chilean supporters believe warrants maybe a second look.
I think that's now that this referee has decided that there was a knock-on by Samoa. There was one by Chile first, so a great scrum position on their own 10-metre line for Samoa.
Split back line. Sorry, Hugh.
No, they're just interesting to see, as you say, as they split the back line. And the Chileans not sure what they know what to do. It'll be interesting to see which side they go, because we haven't really seen the Samoans open up with their full potential yet in the back line as the referee pulls them up again. He's not happy with the way they've set.
20 minutes gone, 9-7 Samoa lead Chile. So glad you're with us on Rugby World Cup Radio. Start the Bordeaux. And we also have BBC 5 Sports Extra, part of their ongoing coverage of Rugby World Cup 2023. Try to Ditos, converted by Vadea. Plays 3 Christian Liliafano penalties. We approach the 21-minute mark.
It's interesting now that Samoa have their left wing right, or Chile right back in the 22, which gives Samoa a 3-2 overlap to the right of the scrum. So if Leafano could draw his own man, they have a clear overlap.
Now a good scrum by both teams, a little bit of advantage. Tamotani wants to come away to this left-hand side, skips it out. Oh, Saltini was under pressure. And I think the Chilean player has done himself a little bit of damage here. He remains on the ground. Martin Segrin quickly gets over. Little tussle for the ball on the sideline. Meaningless affair over there. As the training staff of Chile quickly go to attend to their player. And now they're going to take this opportunity for a water break as well. So 21 minutes, 21 seconds gone. It is Samoa through 3 penalties by Christian Liliafano. The 4th, the 10th and the 14th minute. Against the Matias Ditos try after 6 minutes, converted by Santiago Vadea. 9-7. We've seen a yellow card that Samoa handled very, very well. With Olopano Jr. Saltini making his way to the sideline for a 10-minute stretch.
It was interesting. Samoa did move the ball wide, but they moved it on the other hand, the short side, and for a moment they had an overlap, but a really good tackle that has injured himself has stopped it in its tracks, and the pass, when it was given, was actually too low a pass for Wong to take, but there was a chance there. For a moment it looked as though Samoa had the overlap, and Chile will be very relieved that they were able to close it down, even though hopefully there's not too much damage to the player who's continuing to get.
It's Santiago Vadea, the right winger, so he will go and straight away, as is their way. Olopano Jr. Saltini coming up going, "You're right, brother." He's like, yep, he's got to go off. He'll go through the HIA. And a reminder too that Chile have gone with a 6-2 split, so 6 forwards, just the 2 backs. So Pablo Casas will come on, and jersey number 23 is Vadea. Heads for his head injury assessment.
Very important tackle that he made there, because had the pass been able to be given without being under pressure, that without hitting the ground, it was a run-in.
Yeah, Awong had some space because, as you pointed out, how they were having the two players back inside the 22 and wide, so there was an acre of space.
Yeah.
So let's see how they adjust the lineup. And so it looks like it's just going to be a straight swap with Casas going on to the right-hand side, so a straight replacement for Santiago Videa. The scrum is going to be 12 metres inside Samoan territory, 15 metres in from the far touchline. That's the right-hand touchline as Chile see it. 21 and a half gone. Scored the only try of the game, but they trail by 9 points to 7.
There's a lot of conversation going on between the Chilean midfield and full back as well, so it'll be interesting to see if they got something prepared.
Ayaza is showing his danger. Oh, big scrum, feet flying everywhere. And they've gone against Javier Carrasco for hinging, so dropping down as Salala Lamb picks himself up off the turf as he just got splayed right out.
Yeah, very, very damaging for Chile there when they were about to launch an attack and the platform to get back, maybe take the lead. That was really too easy. The scrum was absolutely mangled. It's Christian Leafano's kick takes them up pretty much close to the Chilean 22. It's a big turnaround in that last play.
And to think they haven't got Charlie Faumuina in the squad, Samoa. Reserve prop forwards being Jordan Lay and Paul Aloamile.
It's really important psychologically that Chile don't give away a try here, because they had an attacking platform that was butchered. They now got to defend, and what can Samoa come up with?
Line out 22, far side of play. Taken beautifully by McFarlane. Little wrap around Lee, ball a bit messy. They eventually get it out to Lamb, who's come from hooker to midfield. Drives well. Now they can get themselves a little more structured. Away to Lee. Garafulic goes low to tackle in the yellow headgear. Just working in and around the ruck Samoa. Little carry repelled. Tamotani looking at his options. Wants to come away to this left-hand side. It's at Lee with another carry. Presents well. They continue left. Liliafano. Manu steps back. Good defence though by Chile. Good patience by Samoa. Wide they go, looking, spinning, twisting, turning as they move into the shadows. Now they come back into the light right. Lamb with a little pivot, steps out of one before he's wrestled to the ground by Huete. Lay puts the head down and drives forward. 15 out from the try line. 20 on left-hand side. Away they come to the right. Liliafano. Manu. Little short ball for Awong. Didn't deliver it cleanly. Wide they come again. Oh, Saltini with the kick through. Diving on that one is Domingo Saavedra. Samoa over the top and an opportunity for Chile to clear.
Well, that was given away because you just couldn't. You were starting to think that Chile weren't going to be able to stop them. They just were moving side to side. He didn't really need to go and kick it through. They should have just gone on and keep going through the phases. But they didn't, and it's a penalty to Chile, and that respite takes them up between the 10-metre line and the halfway line. What can they come up with? They're moving a little bit slowly, the Chilean pack. It's very hot today here in Bordeaux, and as they move up very slowly to the line out, you wonder, is all this scrummaging taking it out of them even at this early stage and even after the water break.
25 minutes gone, 9-7 Samoa lead. This is a Pool D Clash Rugby World Cup 2023. Ball is flicked back, it's messy, and Torti Alba's got to dive on it, but he can't. It's now Fernandez trying to step his way through. No, excuse me, that's Lorenas, the birthday boy from a couple of days ago. Huete. Pablo just puts the head down, and it's a nice little target. Away it comes again, looking for Fernandez to go high. Hanging kick coming down on the 10-metre mark in Samoan territory. Beautifully taken by Paeawa. And he presents. Tamotani wants to go left again, trying to get through that space. Saltini taken around the ankles. 10-metre mark Samoan territory, 10 and left wing touch. Halala Toa just takes that one to ground, a little bit of a settler. Tamotani. It's a bit of space just in behind this ruck. He's pushed that one maybe a little bit too far. Looking and dancing away as Fernandez wanting to come wide. Huete spins. Tries to get up, go again. Couldn't get it wide. Fernandez pointing for them to go right, and they do. That goes to Carrasco. Midway, 22, halfway, centre field, Chile. 14 minutes to play in this first half in Bordeaux. Torrealba, box kick. It's going to drop down on halfway, opportunity for competition. It's taken nicely by, that was the more Manu. Ball comes away, Alalatoa, Liliafano wanting to go wide, Luatua skips this ball away to Taleni Seal, ranging wide. Taken down, 13 in, Luatua out the back, ball has been dropped, hacking it away. Going back as Liliafano chased by his opposite, then he gets the board wide. There's some space here. Manu looks to take on. Oh, big shot by Fernandez. Good defence, still keeping the ball alive Samoa, and they turn it over. Carrasco, the prop forward. Turnover ball, Chile. Numbers wide. Ditos. Good tackle down low, just short of the 22. Samoa try and get over the ball, but they can't. Torrealba wants to go wide. Little short ball. Van Saavedra loses the ball. Actually, there's a whistle somewhere in the mix back there. Multiple knock-ons. Lovely round of applause, though, from the crowd who just love the enterprise, Hugo McNeil.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looked for a moment, as it did early on, that Chile had manufactured a sort of a break, but they just ran out of space. And then as the ball moved back to the right-hand side, it sort of broke down. And for a moment, it looked as though Samoa had a chance to break away. As we watch the replays here, and it was just one step from getting clear. So good response from Chile, but not quite as sharp as they needed to be when that space opened up. As over to our left, we look at the wonderful Chilean supporters. They have filled Bordeaux. They have created colours in all the squares, in all the streets. I thought the Irish were sort of made a lot of impact last weekend, but they've really relished their opportunity being here, and they've added a lot to this occasion.
What I love about the South American fans, be they Chilean, be they Argentinian, be they in any sport all over the world, they bounce.
Yeah,
it's a constant movement.
Yes,
they just support with every single fibre, every sinew of their bodies, and they don't stop from first whistle to last.
Yeah, absolutely.
Extraordinary energy.
Absolutely. But you really feel if they're going to be competitive in this game, they've got to sort of take advantage of one of these chances. Because Samoa, when they start to rumble, when they start to move through the gears, look the stronger side. But, you know, fairness to Chile, they've come back at big plays and for moments looked as though it created the opportunity. Can they take one of those opportunities?
I just had confirmation that Santiago Vedella has not passed his head injury assessment, so he will not return. So that will now become a permanent substitution. So Pablo Casas on the right wing for Santiago Vedella, the older of the Vedella brothers.
That's a bit of a blow. He seemed to be at the centre of a lot of what they were doing, so they'll be particularly disappointed to lose him at this stage. But more importantly, what can they do in this scrum between the 10-metre line and the Samoan 22? This conversation between the backs goes on.
When they've got it right, they've been solid enough at scrum time. So down in front of us is Jose Ignacio Larenas. He's currently lining up one-on-one with Danny Toala. Now we just see Fernandez come towards this left-hand side as well, which is a blind side of about 20 metres. They need a good, strong platform. And it's held at the back. Away comes Martinez with a good carry. Just short of the 22. Torrealba swoops the ball away to Huete to the right-hand side. Getting in over the ball is Fritz Lee. Wide right again. Gary. By Ditos, no, by Dusayans, excuse me. Penalty. Oh, and going quickly is Torrealba. Still going wide. Cutting back into space. Saavedra. 10 metres out. Torrealba again. Just going straight as Pedero. They get him and they drive the big lock forward back. About 12 metres out from the Samoan try line. Away it comes. Carrasco. Great angle. Oh, lost by Saavedra. It's a penalty advantage though. What a great angle by Clemente Saavedra, and he was just about through when he coughed it up.
He was through. That was a huge play. And what will they do now? 10, 15 metres out. They had a great try-scoring opportunity. You feel that they need to score a try sooner to be really competitive. And there's a lot of discussion going on. Will it, as the Fijian players, two of the Fijian players are down getting attention, so we're not missing anything.
I'm going to counter. I think you've got to treat it like a test match. I know it's a World Cup, and I know that there's a lot of emotion, but what would you do in what you would class, if you want to call it a normal test match? In this position, you'd take points. Yeah,
I'm just wondering that Samoa have looked stronger when they've got into try-scoring opportunities, and Chile have got fewer try-scoring opportunities, and therefore, do you take them? Well, I agree. If they, either way, they can go back into the lead.
It's interesting, isn't it? How a week ago we weren't sure what to expect from Chile, and then they put this wonderful, really strong, albeit okay, they lost by 30 points, but it was still such a strong debut. Now all of a sudden it's almost like, well, some of the expectations have changed just in the matter of those 6 to 7 days.
Yeah, absolutely. And
we'll take the shot for goal, which I personally don't mind.
Yeah. And
we will agree to disagree on this one, my good friend.
No, absolutely. It's you can argue it both ways, and actually, I respect the decision to try and nudge themselves into the lead and then win the restart and come up and put pressure on again.
So with Santiago Videa off, they're going now to Matias Garofulic, the second 5'8", the inside centre, wearing jersey number 12. The kicker's just to the right of the uprights. He's only 17 metres out. He's got plenty of time on the clock. Arcs the body forward, straightens the body up again. Arcs the body forward, steps back, brings the right foot in, drills it down the middle. Chile back in front, 10-9, and 10 minutes to play in the first half.
Yeah, and as we said at the other matches, when you kick the penalty and get the score, it's equally now crucial to secure the restart. And actually, Samoa have actually attacked their kickoffs a couple of times with a hanging ball, but this is good response for Chile. When I looked at it a few minutes ago, we were saying that Samoa were gradually taking control. Well, Chile have actually fought back.
Liliafano gets us underway again, goes deep. Yaza wants to try and drive forward, but they get him up. He's got to get a knee to ground, and he does so eventually. Wonderful work by the lock forwards of Vui and McFarlane to stop in 5 inside the left wing touch, just inside the Chilean 22. Huete just collapses into the oncoming defence and sets a wee target. It allows Marcelo Torrealba to roll the ball with his feet towards the back of the centipede. Now we'll go for a box kick. The ball drifting towards touch, and it's taken by Paia'awa. Trying to get over the top of that one there is Carrasco. Penalty advantage. Just collapsing over the top. Well, was very close to the sideline with his feet, and I think it was a very, very prudent decision by Duncan Paia'awa to wear white shoes.
Yeah, bad tackle missed, actually, with the kickoff. I think it was Pablo Casa. When the hanging ball was up, there was a tackle that wasn't made, and that's led directly to the penalty.
A bit of a decision, bit of a conference going on here.
Another conference. Will they go for goal or will they go for the corner? But I think they're going for the corner. It's a much tougher kick out here on the right-hand side near to the touchline.
Liliafano punches that one in. Fine margins. Very narrow corridor of about 6 metres, but he's got it just where his team would have wanted it. 5 metres out from the right-hand flag. Lay trundles over, does James, and he relays the line-out call. Selala Lamb has it. Luatua at 2, McFarlane 3. Now they move around, and it's Luatua at the front. They go down the back, and it's taken nicely. Away to Luatua, who leaves the ball behind.
Ooh, what a let-off.
Stephen Luatua was to wrap around and take that ball, but he's fumbled his lines after a nice line-out. It'll be a defensive scrum for Los Condores. 5 out from their own try line.
Well, that was an absolute let-off, because actually, after saying that they needed to secure the restart, they didn't. They gave away a penalty. Ball was just literally 3 or 4 metres from the line, and it looked for all that Samoa would score from there, but actually soft knock on. Now they still are under pressure. They still have to get the ball away to the safety of the touchline outside the 22, and Samoa will be looking to put a lot of pressure on this scrum. How are they going to respond?
They've got a very creative attack coach in Andrew Goodman. They've got a very good coaching staff, Samoa just in general, thinking that their defence coach is one Alongodana Umanga. You may have heard of him. He was rather good playing in a black strip on a regular occasion.
Absolutely.
He's made a lovely career now as a defence-minded coach, former head of the Blues and New Zealand's Super Rugby competition. Now very comfortable and really enjoying the defensive side of things.
Well, that's pretty soft, because the referee has awarded a... As we listen to him, and Michael Alautoa is shocked, what has been given is an indirect...
So it's indirect, so if this ball goes out, it will still be a line-out throw for Samoa, and it's a good, low, driving clearance by
it's a much better,
Rodrigo Fernandez.
It's a much better option than trying to win a scrum and then actually trying to get a ball back to your fly half and then trying to get it out on the full. They've been given enough a free opportunity to take the ball up. Absolutely, as you say, Nigel, it's going to be a Samoan throw, but it's on the 10-metre line between the 22 and the halfway line. A let off for Chile there. Nicely
down to Tamotene, and away they go to midfield, where they really condense and clash on the 10-metre mark, centre field. Slow ball for Samoa. 6 to play in this first half. Chile lead by 10 points to 9. Wide. Ball has been bobbled. They're going to come back for an earlier infringement, though. It was under advantage by referee Paul Williams of New Zealand. And another interesting decision as well, with just over 5 to play. Will Samoa look to the posts again from a slightly more imminently kickable position? And again, that decision has been made by the water carrier, tea carrier, who looks, suspected might be another former Mano Samoa captain in Mahonri Schwalger. And so it will be a kick, and now Paul Williams is going to have another track with Martin Segrin, the Chilean captain.
We had a few penalties down here. Then we had the one over here for the off feet. And now we've got a space one here, okay? There's a good opportunity now, while he's having a shot at goal, just to pass that message on, tidy up those penalties, okay? No, I'm giving you an opportunity to correct it, okay?
Well, just after Chile getting a very soft exit from close to their goal line, they immediately concede a penalty that gives Leofana the opportunity to restore Samoa's lead.
12 metres inside the Chilean half, just outside the line of the right hand upright by about 4 metres again. Left foot slightly ahead of the left foot ahead of the right, I should say. Now he moves in, brings the right foot through. Does he like the strike? Yes, he does. 4 for 4 for Christian Leofano, and he restores Samoa's advantage. It's now 12 points to 10 as we close in on half time in Bordeaux.
Yeah, very soft penalty as the Chilean players make their way slowly up to the restart. Let's see what they can do. Can they gonna grab back this initiative in the few remaining minutes of this half? Absorbing contest.
Now they go down the middle.
Too far.
With Ayaza chasing, and he wraps up Luatua, traps him inside the 22. Tamotini, Leofano deep in the pocket. Kicks the ball high. It's going to be taken by Fernandez. Up over halfway, he's looking, scanning, going wide. Ball just flicked away. Big shot by McFarlane. They've driven Chile back inside their own territory. Chile come away to the left-hand side. And when you go wide, it's a little bit slower at the moment. Again, wide it comes to Casas, who just takes on Toala. Good counter drive coming in from Samoa. Good defensive work there by Chile. Huete again just rolls the shoulder in. Torrealba, blind side. Coming back Saavedra. Domingo driven down, just short of halfway, 10 metres in, left-hand side. Wide it goes again to Pablo Huete. Torrealba, wide it goes right-hand side. Straight direct running by Captain Segrin. Wide they go again. Ayaza into the wide channel. Segrin steps in one. Taken ground. Wonderful run by the captain again. Getting through some work. Player rolls down for Samoa. Away it comes now to Pedrero. 10 metre mark. in Samoan territory. Toriaba went for a snipe, no holes at all. Still going. Marcelo Toriaba, then he's squashed to the ground. Anita, half-back. Ball's whipped away. Beautiful hands by Huete down by his feet. And it's a long way to get to them when you're 2 metres tall. Bit slow by Chile. They look a bit puffed. Back it comes to Fernandez. Yaza wide. Scooped up by Saavedra out to Garafutic. Bounces off one. Trying to wrestle him into touch. The ball has been ripped clean. Now driven, hand and touch. And in the end, it is going to be a line out for Chile. 10 metres inside Samoan territory. It's just got a little bit messy, bit scrappy, didn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say that, Nigel, it was very scrappy that Chile were trying to move it from side to side without really much conviction, without much direction, without anything really taking them forward, really relying on a Samoan to miss a tackle, which they weren't going to do. So I think the outcome, as we've just a minute and a half remaining in this first half, of them getting a line out on the Samoan 10-metre line is a good opportunity. Is there anything they can do in the last couple of minutes?
The other thing as well is the pace of the Chilean game really slowed down markedly as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Tamor Manu was the man who was injured. He runs back into position. Beautiful take at the back of the line out. Segrin, Torrealba. Little short ball. That is Raimundo Martinez clattering onto the ball. Ball has been knocked on. There might have been a little sneaky hand in there. It's going to be a chance for a scrum with 60 seconds left. Samoa lead by 12 points to 10. 4 Christian Liliafano penalties. Plays a Matthias Ditos try. Conversion by Santiago Vadea. And a Matthias Garafutic penalty. It's been an interesting first 40 minutes
frustrating
of rugby.
The scrum actually is to Samoa, because Chile turned the ball off after having this really good position. They sort of were starting to go through the phases without much conviction and without much energy, and it was a kind of a lazy, sloppy knock-on that'll probably take us, well, will it take us out to half-time, as we've got 20 seconds left? Or is there anything in the locker that Samoa have? As Leafano takes a position just square behind the scrum.
Way to his wide right is Danny Toala, to his left Manu, Soteni, Paiawa and Awong. That's to the left is where they go. Little dab through on. There's acres of space there, and it sits up nicely. Holding the ball away to that corner, Paiawa. What a strike by Manu Samoa. Duncan Paiawa with the try. Left-hand corner on the stroke at half-time. 17-10 with a kick to come.
Well, what a hammer blow. What a hammer blow for Chile after giving away that soft penalty. And Samoa did have one more shot in the locker. And they brought Leafano down to the left as a decoy. It moved to right, and a beautiful chip through, and immediately the Chilean defence was stretched. And then Samoa had a 2-man overlap as they went in. What a hammer blow, just coming as it is, just absolutely on the halftime. We are actually at halftime now. Great score by Samoa. Killer blow for Chile.
Awa. Big spectacular dive in the corner, despite the best efforts of Iñaki Ayaza tracking back. But you pointed it out earlier in the half. They had a tendency to drop 2 players back on either wing very deep. And so there's literally acres of space in there.
Yeah, it was the platform was on, and fair dues to Samoa for seeing it, and it was beautifully executed. They had the overlap and they executed beautifully.
Tough kick, Liliafano. Half a metre in from the left wing touch, 2 metres outside, quite an acute angle. 4 from 4 to this point for Christian. Moves in and he strikes it, and it's going to slide inside the left-hand uprights. As we head to the break, Samoa with a late try take their lead to 19 points to 10. Tried to Duncan Paiawa, converted by Christian Liliafano, who added 4 penalties at the 4th, the 10th, the 14th and the 36th minute mark. For Chile, Matthias Ditos with the try after 6 minutes, converted by Santiago Vadea. And then Matthias Garafutic with the penalty with 10 minutes to go before half-time. 19-10 in Bordeaux. What did you make of that half of rugby?
It was fascinating up to the end. It was fascinating right to the end, but what a hammer blow struck by Samoa just as we went into clock ran overtime. What a time to score. In 1910, 7 points in the context of any game is a big score like 1910, but in the context of this one, where you kind of felt that Samoa were the favourites to go in. We said the bookies had a 32-point favoritism, but Chile had played very well and had competed all the way. But their halftime talk now is how different, Nigel, would have been if they'd gone in just with just a couple of points, or what do you think is going? They can say to the team and lift themselves to come back out and really to go at Samoa in the second half. That's a really hammer blow, beautifully executed by Samoa, showing the capabilities that they have. But from a Chile point of view, really, really disappointing.
Samoa 19, Chile 10, half-time at Stade de Bordeaux. So glad that you're listening to us here on Rugby World Cup Radio, and also as well on BBC 5 Sports Extra. So the ongoing coverage of Rugby World Cup 2023. Hugo McNeil providing the expert analysis. My name is Nigel, and our producer is the wonderful Mr. Steve Oak. Reminder, we want you to get involved in the conversations as well. What have you seen over the course of the first 40 minutes of this game? Get involved on social media, hashtag RWC2023. Whatever social media platform you like to inhabit, look for @Rugby World Cup. You'll find it across all the major platforms. Of course, don't forget as well about the wonderful opportunity to find some exclusive interviews and behind the scenes and iconic documentaries as well. That's on Rugby Pass TV. You can watch online at rugbypass.tv and download the app RPTV. Yesterday, New Zealand 71-3 over Namibia. However, red card to their number one choice, loose head prop, Ethan de Groot. I'm sure souring that result just slightly for Ian Foster. Still to come, Wales versus Portugal, Pool C and Nice. I'm looking forward to Portugal getting involved. I watched a lot of their stuff in the European Cup, Europe Cup, excuse me, I think is the name of it. Love the way they play, so positive, great intent.
Absolutely, another new aspect to this Rugby World Cup, and we'll see how they, as relative newcomers. And we've seen some of the replays of the half, and really Chile had a great chance to sort of go in with this match very close at half-time. It's still relatively close, but the lead is a big one.
And of course, later on tonight, a game that the gentleman to my right, Hugo McNeil, will be very keen to watch. Ireland versus Tonga. That's Pool B in Nantes. But right now, we have an opportunity here at half-time with Samoa leading by 19 points to 10. Samoa really do feel like they've got a massive opportunity in this pool, certainly to cause an upset against a bigger nation. Of course, they have a history of doing that. Not least 1999, they faced the host Wales at a packed-out Millennium Stadium in Cardiff. Phil Blacker has been looking back on that spectacular moment in rugby history.
Really is a tremendous atmosphere building up at the Millennium Stadium. And what a great day in prospect for Neil Jenkins. Just 1 point away from the all-time points record total.
Samoa carry a reputation as the great entertainers when it comes to Rugby World Cups. Arguably, there is no greater example of this than their Pool D clash with Wales in the 1999 competition. The venue would be the newly finished Millennium Stadium, one of rugby's great arenas, hosting a match for just the 5th time. For the first 20 minutes, everything was going to plan for the 72,000 Welsh fans in the stadium that day, expectant of a convincing win and history being made.
The try from the Welsh scrum, penalty try awarded immediately by Ed Morrison. So Neil Jenkins then, his second attempt for points in this game, hit the post with his first effort, makes no mistake. Neil Jenkins, number one, 913 points in his international career, beats the world record held by Michael Lynagh. Taylor, lovely pass to Howard. Gareth Thomas has to do it all himself to begin with. The decision is the try. The Samoans protest, but Gareth Thomas is over for his 21st international try.
While record breaker Neil Jenkins kept the scoreboard ticking over from the tee, Samoa slowly found their way into the match.
Wales calling the shortened line, making a bad mistake. Lea Falanico gets the try, and that was sloppy play indeed by Wales. Sayalo to Bishop, all the angles of running, bringing in Leanga from fullback. It's Bishop, and Samoa's man of the day has brought them back into this game once more. Howard is steaming up from fullback. Canal couldn't get to him, and Bishop can now go clear. Stephen Bishop is going to get his second score, and Samoa have taken a dramatic lead.
Samoa had claimed a famous win over Wales in Cardiff 8 years prior, and come the break, it seemed a repeat result was on the cards. An uncharacteristic mistake from Jenkins early in the second half saw that prospect grow ever likelier.
An interception though. Wales again playing into the hands of the Samoans, and Pat Lam goes all the way. More drama again in this game.
But with less than 20 minutes to go and backed by vociferous support, the Welsh pack heaved their way towards the Samoan line.
The ball at the feet of Cornell. Soialo, the scrum half, surely up offside. That's another penalty try to Wales.
In a match that had delivered so much, there surely had to be a winner. Having held their own for 65 minutes, Samoa still sniffed an opportunity. What followed would be a fitting deciding moment for this truly spectacular contest.
Into the Welsh 22. Leo Pepe has been battling away, the number 12 in the meantime, to maintain the possession for Samoa. What a game. Lima. Out wide to Lam. Takes the ball beautifully to Brian Lima. Pops it up. The try. Fullback. Leanga. What a tremendous score for Samoa. Brilliantly worked try.
Leanga with a 100% record of kicks so far in this game.
And that's right. Beautifully done. Superb shot by the fullback. That is it. The end of an amazing tussle. And history has repeated itself. 38 points to 31 to the great delight of their support.
It really was just absolutely extraordinary, and this Samoan side, as we've said before, really thinks it's got a good chance in this pool, which features England, Argentina, Japan, and the team they play this afternoon in Chile. They believe they've got a really good opportunity to get out of the pool and then really cause some noise in the quarterfinals. I have a funny feeling, though, that their coach, Valvasa Manaya Zelana Mapasua, well, he'd be a little bit more relieved with the try right on half-time. But they had a lot of... Well, when we actually looked at the statistics as they flashed up on our screen at half-time, incredibly even in terms of possession, slight territorial advantage to Samoa, but all of the stats very much of a muchness with one exception, and that's the penalty count. 8-4 against Chile. So again, just that ill discipline, which has allowed Liliafano, who's been kicking beautifully, to punish them. And so that will be something I'm sure that Pablo Lamone, the coach of Chile, is saying to his charges right now. Let's quickly run through, while we've got a little bit of an opportunity here at half-time, just how the pool standings are. Reminder that later on this afternoon in Pool C, it's Wales versus Portugal from Nice, and then this evening, Ireland versus Tonga. Pool B, that is at 9 o'clock local time. Last night, New Zealand defeating Namibia by the scoreline of 71-3. So the All Blacks getting on the board. No points, of course, out of their opening game against France. So as it stands at the moment, France lead Pool A with 8 points. New Zealand second with 5 by nature of a better for and against over Italy. 1 game, bonus point win for Italy. Uruguay and Namibia yet to get off the mark, although that first effort by Uruguay was an absolute belter. In Pool B, Ireland with 5 points, South Africa 4, Tonga, Scotland and Romania yet to get off the mark as well. the fascinatingly poised Pool C, Australia and Wales with 5 points, Fiji 2, Portugal entering the fray against Wales later on today, and Georgia with no points. I tell you right now, Aussie-Fiji tomorrow night. Well, arguably game of the weekend, that one. It's going to be an absolute perler. And then in Pool D, Japan with 5 points, England 4 points. Samoa, midway through their opening game, Argentina and Chile have played a game each with no points to show as yet. Just a reminder, we really appreciate you listening to us no matter where you are, be it via the website, rugbyworldcup.com, our official app, Rugby World Cup 2023. That's within the Match Centre you find us, and of course on BBC 5 Sports Extra. As we see the ground staff out with their pitchforks and buckets, just taking the little sods that get turned up in a game like this with the studded, sometimes the moulded soled shoes. And the crowd have made their way out, grabbed some refreshments, settling back in, and still plenty of positivity and a lovely buzz around Stade de Bordeaux. And in particularly with the way Samoa finished with that beautiful try. And I just wonder how now Samoa need to come out after the break, Hugo McNeil, because the space was there. You alluded to it earlier on. We've mentioned that throughout the course of this particular game. In the first half, I should say. Can we expect to see maybe a little bit more of just those lovely weighted kicks, using the space in behind, because Chile are playing so deep defensively, particularly off set piece play? Yeah, I mean, this was a huge for Samoa to get that converted try just before half-time. 19-10 was such a difference, and you just wonder what's been said in the Chilean dressing room at half-time. That will be a big task for their captain, for their coaching staff as well, because they had played so well, and really to give away that try at the end was very difficult. But as you say, from a Samoan side now, they have a sort of a lead, they have a platform, and will they look to turn the screw by exploiting some of the space that Chile have left in the inside? But they'll be frustrated. I think that the big sort of looking at some of the Chilean supporters behind us, there's a lot of conversations going on, a lot of groups of them, and a lot of sort of shaking of heads as though that. But you know, they're still in the game. It's only 9 points, but it was a big score to give away just before halftime. The only difference, though, when you look statistically, that there are two main differences. One, Samoa's got 19 points and they've only got 10. Yeah. It's that penalty count again. And after the comments from Pablo Lamoni following Japan, that was the thing that he was frustrated about the most. The little things, the discipline, the things that you can control as an individual player. And again, just slightly off the mark. And that really allowed Samoa to stay in the game, because Liliofano was quite happy to kick when they were down a man, when they had Saltini in the bin, killed a little bit of time, got the points, kept them rolling along. And I think we always say it, and it's a cliche for a reason, Hugo, but the next 10 minutes is going to be vital, particularly from a Chilean point of view. Because if they can do what they did last week against Japan, they started again the second half really, really well. Just a little... I mean, how concerned that some of the pace of play slowed down in that final 5 minutes or so as we are just about ready for the second half to restart? Yeah, absolutely. The pace slowed down, and then to give away that soft try was damage. I mean, they have to. You feel if they've got a chance in this game, they've got to start fast. They've got to start well. They've got to maybe get in the game, because Samoa now are in a strong position, and they've looked at times really threatening. They've executed that try absolutely brilliantly. But it's fascinating, as so many of these games in this Rugby World Cup have been to date. As we look, as the crowds are filing in and backing in, it's pretty much a full house here in Bordeaux, which is a great testimony to not only the support from the visiting teams, but from the French public, who really embraced this Rugby World Cup. So you can hear the noise and the atmosphere behind. It's really great. So all is in readiness for the second half. Samoa with the advantage by a scoreline of 19 points to 10. Converted try and 4 penalties. Plays a converted try and 1 penalty. Chile playing from left to right. That is north to south in this second half. Nice high restart from Fernandez. Taken beautifully by McFarlane. Samoa. Right on the edge of their 22. 10 metres in from the left wing touch. Samoa defending the southern end, playing from right to left. White shirts, blue shorts, blue socks. Their strip today, Chile red shirts, blue shorts, blue socks. Taken by Larenas, the 34-year-old trying to drive his way forward and sets a nice target midfield for Torrealba. Coming away to Alfonso Escobar, who's come on wearing jersey number 20. It appears to be the only change at half-time as Samoa get over the ball at a ruck situation and turn it over. Fritz Lee getting pats on the head, the Clermont veteran.
Well, we talked about the importance of starting well for Chile, and I watched the forwards chasing up that kick as it hung. Nobody was attacking it, nobody was putting the Samoans under pressure, and it was just too easy for them to actually win the ball, move themselves down a little bit down the pitch and then take the penalty, which is going to push them all the way down to the 22. So from the restart from Chile, looking to put pressure on Samoa, they didn't. They're now facing a defensive line out on their own 22. Not the start they would have wanted in the second half. Absolutely the start that Samoa would be. Can they capitalise on this?
90 seconds gone. Angus Gardner, the assistant referee, has the flag up in his left hand, the arm outstretched. Change has been made with Sama Malolo coming on at hooker for Samoa. Tamotini, nice ball off the top. Liliafano, midfield Lee, met with really good defence. Urufulich in there again. Wider comes Seal. Liliafano, Wong, McFarlane to the corner, good defence, pops it up. Tamotini flies and scores! What an opening for Samoa. 24-10, kick to come, 2 minutes gone.
Well, what a start. We said that Chile had given them the opportunity, and how they took it. Absolutely, Damadela, what a good score. They moved into midfield. They looked at all times in control as we look, and then right down the left-hand side, they realised that there was an overlap on, and a beautiful inside pass as out of the tackle. Let the number 9 score a great try, and how pleased is he about that? He's absolutely delighted.
Well, he flew. Ball was popped up. We look at a reverse angle. He stared at one hand and slam dunked it. That's incredible as we get a look at the reverse angle on the big screens away to both the north and southern end of Stade de Bordeaux.
Yeah.
No wonder he's absolutely fizzing at that one there. That is outstanding work.
He was absolutely running a brilliant line that Tamotini was absolutely fantastic. And suddenly, from a couple of minutes before half-time, Chile are down by 10. Are down by...
Creeping in comes Liliafano, trying to curve this one back, but it's his first miss of the day. It was short as well. So the lead remains 24 points to 10, but a good opening 3.5 minutes for Samoa.
Yeah, just finishing off, as I was saying, in the first half when they scored that brilliant try just before half-time, and then followed up with an equally brilliant try, if not better, at the start of the second half. Samoa really letting down a mark. How can Chile respond? Can Chile respond to this?
Fernandez with a restart, and it's taken very comfortably, and just driving forward goes one of the try scorers, Bayawa. Right up to the 22, 14 in left wing side. Tamotini, the other try scorer, has time to shout some instructions. Now he's going to lift and box kick. This ball is coming down. It's taken by Ayaza. It's very talented fullback. Bumps off Manu. Little short ball. Wonderful work holding on to that ball. I think it was Silver in contact. Somehow he's done it. Left running ball. Escobar. The other brother Diego is on now. It's been turned over. Numbers here.
There's an overlap.
Wide it needs to go. Out to Saltini. Out it goes to Toala. Now lurking wide there. I think that might have been Leofano. 5 in and just a little tiny knock on, and all of that momentum comes for Nouts as the veteran stays down.
Chile are hanging on by their fingertips there as Samoa smelt blood as they moved it wide. They moved it beautifully all the way out. There was an overlap. They created an overlap. Chilean defenders were drawn in, and the overlap was taken. And we're watching the replay of Leofanu. The ball just coming. He's looks as though he's taken a kind of a knock there.
And he stayed down.
Yeah.
As we get to see a shot of another Chilean Samoan player, and I suspect that is Selala Lam, who's got his arm wrapped and braced. So I'm hoping that is just to provide some support, and it's nothing too serious for Selala. So Samamalo has come on in jersey number 16 at hooker. And we've seen some changes by Chile with Diego Escobar, Ignacio Silva, Alfonso Escobar on as well. So it's going to be a scrum.
Immediately pressure again on the scrum, and Samoa exercised a lot of pressure in the first half, and now they'll be looking as they're in the Chilean 22. It's a huge scrum from a Chilean point of view. They've got to get the ball in and get the ball clear.
6 metres in from the left wing touches Chile see it. Remember, they are playing from left to right in the second half. That is north to south. Far side is east. Western side where former Irish international, former British and Irish Lion Hugo McNeil and I are commentating. It's the western side, near side of play. Scrum. Off the back comes Escobar. That's Alfonso. Oh, Samoa trying to get over the top. Have they turned their ball over? Yes, they have. Super work at the breakdown. And that was Tamor Manu. Lovely work from the inside centre.
And as the penalty was given, so frustrating. From here they go. Frustrating from a Chilean point of view.
I've just lost comms with my AR.
There we go. So that you just heard from Paul Williams saying that he's just lost some communications with his assistant referees and Angus Gardner, Australian number 1, and James Dolman, another Kiwi. Brett Cronin is the television match official.
I've just lost communication with my guys, so I just need to get this sorted.
So they're just sorting that out. Actually, it appears as though it's a problem with James Dolman, who's got the tech out there, who I have to say actually showed a good bit of pace to get over there.
Yeah,
very sharp over the first 20 metres.
Absolutely. Again, frustration for Chile, how they got the point, and the scrummage actually had held up pretty well. And to turn it over again is very frustrating.
We're just seeing a reverse angle of this Taumatini finish. He has clasped the ball, cradled it with the left hand, and then as he's falling, just slammed it. Something you might be akin to seeing out of an NBA slam dunk competition, maybe.
Yeah. His
wonderful athleticism and body control. Superb.
Fantastic, absolutely fantastic try. With his shock of blonde hair, dyed hair. There's a little bit of a look of Faf de Klerk, and there's that kind of busyness, running great lines of support, and there to take the score.
The fact that the hair, it's blonded, but it's long and it's flowing. I know it goes by many names. Some people will know it as a mullet. Some people will know it as a mud flap.
Yeah.
Little waterfall. It's not full-on party at the back, business at the front.
No.
Which we will see should Esteban Nostroza come on, who is the ultimate business at the front, party at the back haircut.
Yeah.
At the moment, we are talking about players' follicles for the reason that at the moment they're trying to get communication. It appears as though James Dolman has been reconnected with his referee, and we can continue. Here's an interesting wee decision for Liliafano, and they want the scrum, and I think now they will actually know they're going to go to the corner. Paul Williams made the symbol that they're going for a scrum, but it's just lobbed into the right-hand corner by Christian Liliafano. They have 2 tries. Remember, if you score 4 tries in a game, you will receive an extra point. You get 4 points for a win. 5 points if you can score 4 tries or more, whether you win or lose. Taken nicely by McFarlane, who climbs nice and high, and Samoa look to drive. Tamor Manu comes in, so does Taumatini. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. Are they there? Yes, they are. Raw power from the Manu. 3rd try. 29 points to 10, and we'll see who comes up with it. And it looks as though it's Fritzley.
Yeah, it was all very predictable, I'm afraid. When they got the first movement on, there was no way that Chile were stopping them, and suddenly either side of half-time, Samoa have just taken a very firm grip on this game. And really, Nigel, it's hard to see how Chile can turn it around from here. So as we watched the replay and watched the backs coming in to join, there was no way that it was going to be stopped, and it wasn't stopped. Excellent try. Samoa have just gone up a gear, maybe they've gone up 2 gears. And as the Chilean players form a huddle underneath the posts. You just wonder what's been said. You wonder what they can do to try and reverse this game, because you get the feel that Samoa have just gone up a couple of gears.
Well, as Christian Liliafano lines up the shot clock, at the conclusion of what is the key in this situation, because 19 down, very competitive through the first 40 minutes. As Liliafano, 16 in right wing touch, just outside the 22, looks back at the ball, stands nice and upright, slowly creeps in. Now he swings the right foot through, and he curves that one off the right hand upright, so it's another miss. So the scoreline remains 29-10. What should the instructions be? What should Chile be looking to do over the next couple of minutes here off this restart? What are the keys?
It's going to sound very obvious. If they've got to get hold of the ball, they've got to score. They've got to score next. You feel they haven't looked like scoring a try for a long time, and you don't know what's going to change that, but they're just looking at it. Let's just see how they chase the ball. It's always a good monitor as to see how our side is feeling as they chase.
They go deep this time off the right foot of Fernandez, and taking this one is Paea'awa. The ball comes away to Luatua, trying to punch his way through a wee hole. Salvador Luis is on for Chile as the substitutions continue to roll. Back to Liliafano. Kicks it over the top of Pedro, excuse me. There is a penalty against Chile. It's going to be another opportunity as that ball didn't find touch. So a chance now for Samoa to chew up a little bit more territory.
Yeah, and when we're saying, you correctly, Nigel, asked what did Chile have to do? They had to do something from that kickoff, and just watching them, call up, they came up, pretty quickly. But there was a tackle that Garafuya had to make. He didn't make it. He gave the ball back to Samoa. That resulted in a penalty that has now taken Samoa just to halfway, literally a metre inside their own half. And so you'll have to say that the Chilean response after kickoff was pretty poor.
Got to get the discipline. The discipline. Penalty count is now sitting at 11-4. 9 minutes gone, second half, 29-10. Samoa leading Chile. This is Pool D action from Bordeaux. Nicely down. Luatua swings that ball to Tamotani. Wide it goes to Muamanu Liliafano. Wide space down this right-hand side. Little kick through. Paea'awa. Tracking back is Diego Escobar, the replacement hooker. He's done really well. Trying to get over the top of him, driving. And he's out. Again, the space starting to become a little apparent down the wide channels. Good hustle, though, by the man they call Brutus. Diego Escobar to hustle back.
Yeah, they're good scrambling by him. When you feel Samoa were going up a gear, they run some lovely lines. Just the ball dinked forward by Manu, and we ended up back deep in the Chilean 22 with a line out coming from Samoa. That's another great position they've manufactured. Again, this is all a couple of minutes or so after the restart.
McFarlane takes the nice ball from Malolo, and they drive again. Similar position. Trying to splinter. This time it's dropped to the ground. Under advantage, though. It's been stopped illegally. And there's going to be a trouble here for Chile. Martin Sagrin comes over to have a chat with Paul Williams.
We spoke at downtime in the first half. We spoke again in the second half, and you told me that message had been relayed at half-time. We've got 16 clearly in the side. You're now on an official team warning, okay? The next one goes to the bin. 16, entry.
So that is Diego Escobar. Fortunate, some may say. Look of absolute frustration etched over the face of Martin Sagrin, the captain. You just almost feel as though he senses this one sliding away. The penalty count now is 3-1 in favour of Samoa. Substitutions coming on as well now. See what changes either side are making. No one is appearing.
Now the spring in the step of the Samoans as they come up to this line out. Just about 5 minutes short. 5 metres short.
Taken by Vui, down, wrapping. They look to drive, smuggling it to the back. It's with Luatua at the moment. Now it's with Malolo. They continue to drive. They continue to drive. It's inevitable. Sama Malolo with the try. That's the bonus point for Samoa. It's 34-10. kick to come as the floodgates start to slowly creak open, Hugo.
Yeah, that's the feel, I'm afraid. If you're a Chilean supporter, I'm looking around, there's a lot of desolate faces looking on from the back of the stands that surround the press gallery. This was pretty much a absolutely carbon copy of what we just seen a couple of minutes ago. Samoa getting a line out in a good position, executing it well, getting a bit of momentum, bringing in some extra players. Chile just desperately trying to stop it, but not able to, and score a try. So this game has really, I think, gone away from Chile, and Samoa going up a gear.
We can officially put Samoa on the points table. They've got 1 point out of this game, irrespective of what the result is, as Jonathan Tamotani comes off.
Yeah.
Also, both prop forwards coming off, and James Lay and co-captain Michael Alalator. So that brings Jordan Lay and Paul Aloamile.
Fantastic, the singing thing. You wonder, is this the Chilean have sort of far more supporters than Samoa have here, or is it the French crowd singing? But a little bit of atmosphere.
Lilia Fano converts.
Everyone enjoying their afternoon here. Great buzz around the stadium and all of the areas around this great stadium in this great city of Bordeaux, which have been wonderful hosts.
Back to halfway come Chile. A little deflated, a little dejected. Can they find something? Santiago Pedrero makes his way off. Javier Eisman will be the man coming on, you suspect, and is. Beautiful restart, dropping, taken nicely by Nigel R. Wong just inside his 22, 6 and from his left wing touch. Eriatara Inari is now on for Samoa. Driving Wrestley, Aloamile already getting involved. Inari, he's going to go box kick, no, flicks it back to Deliafano, punches the ball down this left wing side, and Chile want to go quickly. Ayaza looking, swooping, went to throw a miracle ball. The ball has been hacked away. This is under advantage. Looking to counter-attack Samoa. Wide it goes. Little kick from Ah Wong. Ayaza's going to get another opportunity here. Wide he goes. There's a bit of space here on the 10 metre, up to the 10 metre mark they come. Saavedra tries to step inside. Good tackle Luatua. Right running ball. Here's Ayaza again. Great run. Look at the big fella go. That's Luis rumbling into the Samoan half. Wide they come again. Ayaza. Go to Footage. Tyus is dumped to the ground. Just a metre inside Samoan territory. Trying to smuggle this ball back. Can't do that. Not with Angus Gardner watching on this near side. Nice little moment there for Chile. Enterprise, and again, Yagi Ayaza again trying so hard for his team.
Well, Ayaza did try hard, but the problem was the first time he had the ball there was an overlap, and he held it to himself and not went. And the second time he got it, he did move it wide, but by that stage the Samoan defence were over, and I watched them follow up on the kick from the restart again as Ayaza gets attention. And again, Samoa pushed themselves up from the penalty down to the 22. There was a chance there for Chile, but they just couldn't execute.
More changes coming as former All Black Lima Sobowanga makes his way out onto the field. Another player who has changed allegiances with the adjustment in the World Rugby eligibility laws. Incredibly proud to play for the country of his forefathers, as Lima. Lolo looking, getting up, challenging. Sigrin. Marcelo Torrealba with the kick through. Nice work by Chile. It's over the head of Ah Wong. Sits up nicely for Nigel, though. Back to Sobowanga. Drives the ball with the right foot down to the left-hand side. Little net gain there for Chile.
That was good with a good line-out to win, and it all came from the winning the line-out, and that's given them the net win, as you say. Nigel just on halfway line. Can Chile, I don't say finish with it because we got 25 minutes to go, but can there any way back for them in this game?
36-10 they trail. Escobar goes short. Find Clemente Saavedra at the front. Torrealba reaches in on halfway. Ball comes away to Alfonso Escobar. Torrealba. Ignacio Silva driven down right centre field halfway. They continue left. Fernandez with a little dab through. Garafulic can't get there as Anati gets it. Then they switch back to Sopawanga. There's Wong tipped up, dumped to the ground. 7 metres short of halfway. Luatua looking. Anati gets there to play halfback. They go back to the right-hand side. Louis, Sopawanga. Some space here. Straightening. Saltini gliding into space, flicking the ball out the back. Ball left behind. Torrealba kicks it through. Marcelo Torrealba with a kick. Will it stay in? Will he get through the ball? No, it beats them over the end goal. Oh, what? That would have brought the house down and maybe given Chile a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, what a chase. What a chase. And the ball just wouldn't stay in. And as you say, that would have brought the house down. As we see the replay, as the crowd get into it, the kick through, the foot roost just went into...
You suspect it probably had a little bit too much way on for the chasing attackers and defenders. But it's got the crowd back into it. They're back bouncing again.
They are certainly bouncing.
23 minutes to play as we see Sir Jordan Taufua come on. The player who was briefly part of an All Black training squad. And he replaces Stephen Luatua. And they call Dolph. I call him that because that is actually his name. He is Dolph Stephen Luatua. He trots off. Looking very nonplussed about it all as Stephen Luatua.
Yeah.
100% sure he was pleased with how he played, as a wee word with Angus Gardner as he wanders past. 36-10, Samoa lead. It was 19-10 at half-time. Tries to Tamatani, Lee, and Malolo. Just the one converted by Christian Liliafano. Kicked beautifully in the first half. Big scrum coming here. Midway 10-metre mark, 22. Inari sweeps it away to the blind side on the right. Toala with a little kick through. And Yaga. Well, this guy's just going to have a go. Yaga trying to squirm his way through. Taken down 10-metre mark. 10-metre in from the left wing touch. Right running ball. Away it comes to Luis. Oi. Says, get out of my way, Paula Malo Mele. Torrealba, little inside ball. Response, Escobar. Now the ball is flicked up and lost by Fernandez. It's going to be knocked on. As we have a little who can hit harder-a-thon at Bordeaux. Nice little shot there from Luis, and then a couple of the Samoans say, yeah, whatever, we can do that too, big fella.
Absolutely, there was a clash of the titans there. Fair amount of poundage crashing up against each other, and fair dues to Chile. They're not giving up. They're trying with all their might. They have a huge support here. They're very proud, Rugby Nation, and they're going to fight to the end. But you just feel of Samoa getting an increasingly vice-like grip on this game as we have this scrum under the posts about 35 metres out.
It's a lovely position. Liliafano and Sopawanga directly behind the scrum, away to this near side. It's Sotini and Wong away to the right. Doesn't matter who's away to the right because Samoa's just given away a penalty at scrum time.
Oh, that's a novelty, and it's great relief to the Chileans. Leafano was straight behind. He had an overlap on the right-hand side, but it didn't get the opportunity to execute it because they gave away a scrum at the as the ball is taken up near.
Lovely kick by
it was
Rodrigo
really nice.
Fernandez, who's driven that ball from pretty much centre field to midway, halfway, 22, far side of play. There's another change with Sam Slade making his way onto the field. Looks as though it's co-captain Chris Vui who's going to make way. Slade, 26-year-old, plays for Moana Pacifica, which is a Super Rugby team based in Auckland, New Zealand. Chris Vui, what a warrior that man's been for his country. Leaves with the game 26-point advantage. Seguin knocks it down to Torrealba. Away he comes to Ignacio Silva. Spinning. Trying to just battle his way forward. Ball spat out the back. Martins again puts the head down and drives. The 10-metre mark in Samoan territory, centre field. Hour gone in Bordeaux. 36-10, Samoa lead Chile. Match of Pool D, Rugby World Cup 2023. Torrealba. Zagrin again. Eliasa trying to get wide. Silva working in the wide channels, met in a beautiful tackle. That was McFarlane. 5 metres in left-hand touch. 5 inside Samoan territory. Back it comes. The try scorer, Ditus. Driving over the top comes Samoa. Escobar. They want to get this ball wide. Ayaza's got to go back and get it. Tries to get the fend going, gets rid of Paia'awa. Then flicks a nice ball away to Saavedra. Domingo presents. Away they come again. He's always trying something, is Iñaki Ayaza. But they're just outside their own 22 now, Chile. They've been driven back as Clemente Saavedra carries. Slow ball. Torrealba looking at the option. Goes to the air. Coming in is Godofulic. Slaps it back. Sets up nicely for Fernandez, who's going to kick this ball. A little banana kick. Trying to bounce it. That's a lovely kick. He just steps over the top of Saltini. It's a good kick, but it's going to be a line out Samoa. 8 metres inside their own territory, near side of play.
Yeah.
And that is going to be the second of the water breaks. A reminder that over the course of this weekend that they will be doing water breaks around about the midway point as the referee see fits because of the high temperatures. We started at about 28 degrees. It does feel though as though it's slightly cooler now at the moment.
Yeah, I think it is tough out there on the Chile, and looking at them getting the rest and trying to revive themselves for one last effort. Ayaza running bravely, but he had an opportunity. He had a couple of men overlapped, and that was a chance, probably the best chance for Chile of getting a try so far in the second half. But they're playing bravely. The fans trying to keep them going, keeping the spirits. But you just feel that Samoa are getting more, as we said a bit earlier, getting more of ice-like grip on this game. And when they bring on substitutes, they're not small men, are they, Nigel?
They're not small men at all.
Not small men.
Hugh McNeil providing the expert analysis, former Irish international, former British and Irish Lion back in 1983. Our producer is the wonderful Mr. Steve Oak. My name is Nigel Yoldham. So glad you're listening to us, wherever you listen to us, be it around the world via rugbyworldcup.com, the official Rugby World Cup 2023 app. You can do that within the Match Centre, and also great to be with our good friends BBC 5 Sports Extra, part of their ongoing coverage of Rugby World Cup 2023. There's the two teams now take the water bottles off. Tusipisi. Lamalu Tusipisi is also part of this coaching group. He's doing a bit of water there. So again, another wonderful Samoan international in his own right. So it's a very good coaching staff headed by Baovasa Manaya Selala Mapasua. Forwards coaches Tom Coventry. Tom's been involved with Samoa for a wee while now. Mahonri Schwalger, Fa'alonga Tana Umanga, Andrew Goodman, Lamalu Tusipisi. It's a good coaching squad for the Manu. Out to midfield where Fritz Lee carries hard. Trying to get over that ball to Salvador Noyes, and he wins a turnover. Super work from the big loose head prop. And earns a nice little pat on the chest from Clemente Saavedra for his good work.
Well done.
And it's a hell of a chest too, it must be said.
It's a big one. And you hear and all the Chilean fans, when that penalty was awarded, just rose as one, and they were completely behind their team, no matter what's happening on the pitch. Great to see.
Fernandez looking for the right-hand corner. I tell you what, Hugo McNeil, that's a beautiful wee touch finder.
Yeah.
Although Angus Gardner just keeps walking and walking and walking. He's taking them about 12 out from the right-hand corner flag.
I thought it was much closer than that, but he's much closer than we are. But
just a reminder too, there was a change during that drinks break as well with Benjamin Vadea, the younger brother of Santiago, who sadly left earlier. We've got a TMO call here.
There was a flying tackle a minute or so ago.
First replay now, Paul.
That's Brent Cronin you're listening to.
So it's the red headgear.
Yeah. Number 20. Number 20, the second tackler.
Alfonso Escobar.
Number 20, yes.
Shoulder contact directly to the head. Let's listen to this conversation.
Yeah, agree. Couldn't be lower.
Number 20. Agree with those facts there, BC.
Yes, mate.
Okay, camera back to me, thanks.
You're
mate.
on screen.
Number 20. You're upright in the tackle. You do make head contact. It is foul play. It's going to be an off-field review. Yellow card.
Sorry.
It's number 7. Yeah.
He apologises to Fritz Lee, does Alfonso Escobar, but that is a review. So they will go to the bunker. It's the 62nd minute of this game. By minute 70, 8 minutes, they will have a decision as to whether or not that particular contact will be upgraded to a red card or not. If it is not, he will be able to return to the field at the 72nd minute mark as Sopawanga misses touch. Leala, this is the younger, this is Benjamin, puts the ball nice and high, and coming forward is Delaney Seal, gets a nice offload to Ah Wong. Liliafano, wide, Paya Awa, trying to spin out of the tackle is Toala, who's been pretty quiet. Saltini gets some hot steppy going, taken down, 5 short of halfway. Left running ball. Shot there by Jordan Lay, who carries into contact. Now trying to go up the middle. Rolling and presenting. Alo Amile plays halfback. Wanting to go wide over the top. Seal. Little pop ball. Ball's gone back inside from Ah Wong to McFarlane. It's knocked on. Chile looking to play, but they'll take the initial knock on. Things getting a little bit testy now. So they come to the defence of one of their more diminutive players in Benjamin Vadea. So it'll be a knock on, loose head and feed. Escobar is on the naughty chair asking, hang on, is anyone going to do anything about that? As they move this ball wide again. Watching the replay, Teleni Seal, he's a wonderful athlete, Teleni. Just watching to see if there's anything in there. Actually, it was Rodrigo Fernandez who got picked up and dumped, but nothing in it.
No, I think it was momentum of Theo McFarland, who's a huge man, as he went into the tackle.
So now just as
Played
there's...
it onto the ground, but I don't think it was dangerous.
While all of this is happening, there's a player who's actually down on halfway. And it looks as though that could be Diego Escobar. So the other brother, because there's a raft of brothers in the Chilean team, Alfonso has just been yellow carded pending a review, and now Diego, who was very impressive in that opening round, lost to Japan. On the ground as they look, it appears as though they're just doing the test that you normally associate with just testing the strength of ligaments around knees, but we'll just check what's happening here as they now get him to his feet, and he's standing very tentatively, not moving, and looks like he's going to make his way off is Diego Escobar, and that will bring Tomas Dusayant back onto the field at hooker.
He looks in some pain as he hobbles off with the assistance of one of his coaching staff, and he has to stop and call out a second person to bring him off. So sad sight to see is that...
Let's have a listen, and the reviewers come in here from the referee.
21, he collapses on the lower limbs of the player that is now coming off injured.
Okay, we've got replays coming now. 21 there.
We're just going to go to a tighter angle for you now.
Probably need one from the other side too, mate.
This is the one from the other side for you.
This is on
Okay.
Eliatara Inari is the man.
Guys, I am at it. Hey? Hey, move back, please, boss. Yeah, guys.
We just look at another angle. Just keep replaying angle. Can we just have another look at an angle there?
Have we got any more?
Sure. I'll show you another angle from in goal for you.
Now, off to the side, there's a fascinating conversation between Martin Segre and the captain of Chile and Fritz Lee. So, as the Mexican wave ripples its way around, start the
here's
ball.
in-goal camera that you're asking for.
So Escobar is over the ball, legs askance, Inari comes in, and there's another body comes in over the top.
I now agree.
Actually, there is a player in behind him that actually contributes to that as well. Yeah, I still think it's a penalty, boys. I'm still at a penalty because it does come down.
If we deem it foul play, then I'm at yellow.
Well, he has come down on his run.
I'm at no foul play. So that second angle, I agree with you. He does collapse the weight.
I'm at yellow.
I'm at yellow now.
I'm at yellow.
That last angle.
That's fine. BC, we're at a yellow card there, mate. We do believe that's a lower limb clean out. He has dropped his weight down on the limb of that player, causing the injury. You agree with those facts?
I agree with the facts, and you're on screen.
Okay, and I just need the number of that player. It was 21, wasn't it?
21, yes.
Okay. Fritz, I just need 21.
21?
Yeah. Just give me some space. So we do have a clean out. He has dropped down on the lower limb of that player, which has caused the injury. So it is going to be a yellow card and off-field review. You've collapsed down on that player, causing the injury.
Totally understandable.
Adiatara, Sotiaka, Inari has to head to the sideline for 10 minutes. Inari will, like Escobar, wait now 8 minutes to see whether the bunker sees fit to either elevate or maintain the yellow card status. We've still got 16 and a half minutes to go.
Yeah, there's still a lot of play in this game. It's kind of lost its direction a little bit. You kind of feel Samoa are way too far ahead to be caught by Chile, and Chile playing bravely as they go up into the 22. That was an awkward tackle, the last one. I think the result, I'm not sure he certainly intended to do that, but when he fell on the Chilean, with the weight at the angle, and he was certainly in a lot of pain as he went off.
All right, here we go again. What's happening here?
We've just got a decision on a yellow card. It's going to stay as a yellow card because there was mitigation involved, okay? So it will stay as a yellow card. Okay, guys, yellow card stays as a yellow card. Time back on.
So that is Alfonso Escobar. So they're saying there is mitigation, that he was dropping, and so the yellow card against the replacement flanker will stay yellow. He will return minute 73, which is 8.5 minutes in 8.5 minutes time. Taken nicely by Clemente Saavedra off the line out, which is inside Samoan territory. Haven't had a lot of rugby to call in the last 10 minutes, or is it just me? Now they look and they try and drive away. Chile. The collapses. Bodies away, just trying to punch their way through. Around 15 metres out from the try line. It's been turned over by Samoa. Opportunity to counter-attack. Ball has been tipped on, then tipped on again. And this particular game has just lost all sorts of shape and rhythm, which is what happens sometimes. Just needs a little something just to spark it.
Yeah, you're going to
reshape it a little bit.
Kind of feel a bit the fight has gone out of the Chileans. I don't believe they can win this game, which they clearly probably couldn't from this 26-point deficit. They got themselves into a good position, but really didn't threaten from the line out. And when they turned the ball over, there was an opportunity for Samoa to move it wide quickly to some of their flyers, but it just was a little scrappy, and it's turned over. And it does give Chile that scrum 10 yards, 15 yards out, maybe from the Samoan line, pretty much under the posts, on the opportunity to bring this crowd to their feet with a try. As the crowd tries to, huge, they're looking around the stadium here, and there's a sea of red. It's really absolutely fantastic, the sort of the crowd that we've got. And we saw many of them are from Chile, and many of them have travelled, and I've met some this morning. You got two young students, one Eduard and Catherine, the University of Karlsruhe, and they had travelled over to support their team.
So this scrum for Chile, just outside the line of the right-hand upright, 15 metres out from the Samoan try line. Fernandez and Iyaza standing just slightly apart, directly in line with the scrum. Iyaza ever so slightly to the left of Fernandez. You'd expect Iyaza would be the trigger. To the right, Domingo Saavedra, Matthias Godafulic. Now they work away to that left-hand side. It's actually being held in the back by Ignacio Silva. They've got a penalty here, do Chile.
Wow, winning a scrum penalty against the bigger Samoans at this stage was good. What are they going to do with it? Can they convert? And they're going to go for the corner. They must make it.
It does. It's a nice touch finder by Fernandez. So with 14 minutes still to play, line out. 5.5 metres out from the right-hand corner post.
And there are some of the jumping Chilean supporters you talked about as the camera pans around the stadium. Absolutely fantastic to see. Hopefully their team can reward them by getting over from here.
There's a couple of backs in this one, this line out. 8 bodies in, up, taking it. They look to drive Samoa. They try to counter. There's only 4 in the back line. Everyone else is up front trying to rumble it over. Where is that ball? No one can find it. And it's going to be advantage to Samoa. Well defended.
Yeah, it all lacked a little bit of shape. They sort of threw the extra bodies in, but when it went in, they weren't able to sort of shift to a point of focus or a point of pressure to actually push the Samoans back, and the Samoans did well to hold them up, turn it into a scrum to them. It's disappointment for the last numbers of Chilean supporters.
Score remains 36 points to 10. It was 19-10 at half-time. Tries to Tamotani, Lee and Malolo. And that was in a 12-minute period to take the score to 36-10, but just a little disjointed in the last 15 minutes.
Sometimes happens like that in matches when you kind of think you know the result and what the result's going to be. And especially if one side is physically being put under more pressure, which Chile have actually through this game. Just really hard to get yourself.
Scrum 5 metres out from the Samoan line, 14 metres in from the left wing side as they see it. Very short in goals here in Bordeaux. It's Lima Sopawanga playing halfback, and he'll love this. He wants to go for a wee snipe, tries to dab it through. I think that's come off the feet of Lorenas. Might be a Samoan throw, and yes it is, says referee assistant Angus Gardner. Just a little foot. He actually tripped over the leg of Delaney Seal as Samoa go long. Trying to give a bit more angle for Liliafano to work with. Onto the right foot, punches it nicely down the left-hand side. It'll be a throw-in for Chile, just outside the 22 by a metre or so.
Yeah, Samoa working their way out of their 22. Chilean line out as they trudge back. Come on, boys. This fast crowd would absolutely go berserk if you could give them a try.
11 minutes to play. Dussaint holds the ball high. Up, and it's swatted down by McFarlane on the side of Samoa. They want to get this ball out wide. They've got some numbers here. Great tackle, though, from Paya Awa on halfway. There was a beautiful tackle on the 22 by Domingo Saavedra. Aloha Mele with the carry. Again, though, can't get over the gain line. Stop short of the 22. Sopawanga to Liliafano. Again, he punches this ball away to the right-hand side. Godafulic couldn't take it. It's come off his hands into touch. Delaney Seal wants to go quickly. Drops the head. Does Matthias Godafulic.
Yeah.
Frustrated, disappointed, all of the above. Change made. Here he comes. Oh, he's tied it up. He had the beautiful flowing locks at the back, did my man Esteban Nostroza. And he's tied it up into a wee ponytail, a wee bun. Come on, dude. Let the locks fly, brother. You got nothing at front. Let it roll out the back, baby. Hopefully that bun doesn't last too long and we get to see it in all its wonderful, free-flowing glory. Samoa, they want to get free-flowing as well. Taufua on the carries. He barrels his way into Chilean territory. Now another pick and another drive. That's Malolo. Pick and go again. That's Jordan Lay. They work down the tram lines. Aloha Mele, short ball. The big boys having a little bit of fun here. Midway 10 metre mark, 22. Now Slay, they get underneath Samuel, drive him back. And they're trying to get over the top of that ball. Is Luis. Advantage, says referee Williams. They'll take a shot out to the right here, you suspect. Paia'awa. Oh, big shots. Domingo Saavedra has laid out Christian Liliafano. Beautiful textbook tackle, I might add, as well. Yeah. Shoulder on what? Second, third rib.
Yeah,
and driven.
It was a perfect tackle as we see it again, and he just lined him up and absolutely crunched him. The shame for Chile was that actually a penalty had been given earlier, or else because the ball from the tackle popped free, and Chile had a great chance to go the length of the field as the...
Oh no, it's another yellow card, and it's against my man Esteban Inostroza. See, that's what happened. He shouldn't have tied it up. Yeah. He should have just let it flow. That wouldn't have happened. He's restricted himself.
Well, that wasn't a very long performance.
And that'll be it. He may not come back. So Chile are now down to 13.
Yeah.
As we're still yet to see Alfonso Escobar. As Esteban Inostroza makes his way to the sideline. That's disappointing. And I suspect, as we bring this back to a little bit more of a serious tone, I think Pablo Lemoine will be very, very disappointed again with the ill discipline from his side.
Yeah, it's constant stream of penalties, unfortunately, and it's really killing them as they're 3 meters now from their own line defending the Samoan line out.
Malolo taken nicely at the front. Free kick.
They've all left the line out before the throw.
You hear Paul Williams saying you all left the line out before the throw and then re-entered. So free kick.
Throw, 3 men.
Ayaza thought about going quickly. Again, this is a free kick. So if the ball is kicked out, it'll be a Samoan line-out throw. Alfonso Escobar not too far away from re-entering the fray. Kick is driven. And taking it as Wong as it doesn't find touch up to halfway. Then he accelerates. Nice tackle by Casas. Front on. Just a couple of metres in from this near side. Open side is away to the right. Aloha Mele, nice short ball with lay as the prop forwards make it look easy. As they barrel their way up to the 22 and then turned over. Lovely work. I think that might have been Benjamin Vadea.
Yeah.
One of the littlest fellas on the field getting over it.
He was. So a series of little things for the Chilean supporters to get behind. So they're scrambling to get back into the Samoan half.
Well, our last points were scored at the 52-minute mark. That was a Christian Liliafano conversion. Since then, nothing except yellow cards. One to Alfonso Escobar as he makes his way back out onto the field. One to Ariatara Inari. And then another one to Esteban Inostroza. So Chile will finish this game with 14 players. At the moment, everything's back level. 14 apiece. Tomas Dusayant to deliver to a 4-man line out. Slapped down by Slade. Sopawang is going to kick. There's lots of space back here. Garafulic chases back. So too does Ayaza. Knowing his positivity, he might have a crack here, but no, he goes for an up and under. Waiting for it is Liliafano. Takes it beautifully, then gets it again by Saavedra and the Ayaza. Numbers away to the left-hand side. 5 short of halfway. Little bobble as they swing it out wide to the left. And McFarlane couldn't drag it in. And it's another knock on. And just no flow, no rhythm.
No.
Theo McFarlane. What if they decided to decide anything by a basketball competition? Samoa would back themselves. Theo McFarlane, an outstanding basketball player. So too Teleni Seal.
Yeah.
Big men, big athletes. I suspect, I think when we get to the end of this game, I actually think both coaches will be very frustrated. Obviously, Pedro Lemoine is going to be very disappointed with the penalty count. I actually think Salana Mapusua will be a little bit disappointed that they got the bonus point and simply haven't been able to kick on and really take this game, which they should take absolutely by the neck and push on. I suspect that.
Exactly, yeah. There's been a few occasions when they've got the ball, you've looked and said, they've got an overlap here, just execute. One man fix the man in front of him, and move it on to the next man. And they just haven't done it. They've scored the tries, they've got in the bonus point victory. But I think you're absolutely right. If they've got ambitions to do more things in this World Cup, and they are a country with a good World Cup history, they're going to have to get a standard above this.
Scrum to be fed. Off the back comes Ignacio Silva.
Oh, what's he doing?
Tries to step, gets wrapped up, then gets an offload. Is Escobar again? No, excuse me, Dosayant. Videa, wide, Sigrin. Fernandez getting to the outside. Beating body, still going, Fernandez. Sees space, needs support, and he's got it. Taken down just midway, 10-metre mark, 22. Sigrin, the skipper, flicks the ball away. Silva dives on it. Actually, that's Alfonso Escobar that's dived on that ball. Jersey 20, excuse me for that error. Going quickly. Videa, well off the mark. 5.5 minutes to go, 36-10. It's been 36-10 since the 52nd minute mark. 19-10 at half-time. A converted try and 4 penalties in the first half for Samoa. Converted try and a penalty for Chile in the first half, and then 3 tries earning them the bonus point, Samoa. Only 2 of those converted. And then just a little bit scrappy from around the 55-minute mark as Fernandez punches this ball down the right-hand side, the near side of play.
Yeah, once again, looking at the Chilean forwards as they make their way slowly, inchingly slowly, breaking into a very slight trot to get over to the line out. I think they're pretty tired. They've had a tough physical encounter today with a very good Samoan side, but can they now, and we've said it a few times, can they finish off with a try?
Dosayant taken nicely by the skipper at the front, Sigrin. They look to drive on him. Videa wants it. They're reaching over and they're grabbing Benjamin in, trying to pull him in. They've still got a hold of him by the jumper. They're going to have to get rid of this. Escobar, Fernandez, Silva carrying hard. Lovely tackle, Fritz Lee. He's been good today. Videa inside ball, Sigrin. Never stops working, does Martin. Videa again, just short of the 22. Carried by Ditos. This is a big shift by Matthias. Yazak comes back away. Salvador Luis. Another Chilean player cramps up centre field. They're going backwards at the moment. Iceman. They're on their 10-metre mark inside Samoan territory. Ignacio Silva, no support, so the veteran just tries to do it all himself. Videa, penalty, going in over the top.
Well, that was a bit unpredictable. Sometimes when you have the ball, it's a liability, and that was from that last sequence where Chile had the ball, very not threatening, moving it very functionally from player to player, not really going forward. The defence were lining them up. The defence, you felt, were really in control, even though Chile had the ball. And as you look down, it's a couple of the Chilean players, I think it's 3 of them getting it, 2 at least getting attention. They look very, very tired indeed.
The other thing, just to go slightly off point, the other thing I found interesting when you look around the Chilean fans, lots of families.
Yeah.
And that is lovely to see.
Yeah,
absolutely lovely to see that.
It's been fantastic. They've lit up this World Cup, and they did it in the first game, and all around Bordeaux today, you could see them. When they came into the crowd, they were going to enjoy themselves, and they're still singing and supporting their team, even though the game has gone against them. Great to see.
Salvador Luis continues to get treatment. Ball is thrown in. It's going to be a line out on the 10-metre mark in Chilean territory, far side of play. That's a right wing throw in for Samoa. It's Salvador Luis who's just taking his time to get back over to the line out. Now he breaks into a trot. And the game just meandering to its conclusion. It's a bonus point for Samoa. Chile starting so wonderfully after conceding an early penalty, and then the try to Matthias Ditos, converted beautifully by Santiago Videa, or taken by McFarlane. And Nadi, who's back on the field. Wide ball, sits up Garafulic. Big shot there from Saltini, stops that one. They want to come wide. Saavedra has been knocked on. So just on, 2 minutes to go. Samoa 36, Chile 10.
Just for a second there, you said the ball was going to pop up for Chile. but as soon as it did, they sort of lost control of it, and the result is a scrum.
Well, they've just revealed the MasterCard man of the match, and I really like this decision because this is a guy that's just trucked away nicely in the dark areas, occasionally ranging out wide. Theo McFarlane, like that choice.
He's had a good game today. What he's done well. He's very strong in the lineouts, used his physicality around the field completely legitimately, and he was running some great support lines a few times during this match. Well done to him.
So glad you're with us on Rugby World Cup Radio and, of course, on BBC 5 Sports Extra. Scrum collapses to the ground. Taufua off the back. Anadi, they cut back to the blind side. Liliafano, here's an opportunity for Wong. 3, with the offload to Anadi. They quickly close him down. 5 in left wing touch, 10 out from the try line. Can Samoa finish? Advantage being played here. Taufua, little offload. That's Malolo, spinning and slamming it down. Did he get it there? Yes he did. Sama Malolo. 5th try of the game for Samoa. And finally, a little something for everyone to cheer about.
Yeah, had an inevitability about it. Samoa got into the Chilean half. Is the referee having a look at it?
He grounds the ball.
Just checking the grounding here. So
here's your first angle now.
34 seconds left.
Here before the line.
Oh,
no try.
And then he grounds it, so it's a knock-on in the field of play first.
Okay, and I was actually playing advantage for the feet back here at the ruck, so I'll go back for that penalty.
No worries, coming back to you now.
Okay, cool.
No worries.
Guys, it's no try, it's been knocked on. I was playing advantage, we're going back to the penalty.
So there again, the communication between Brett Cronin, the Australian television match official, and Paul Williams, the Kiwi referee, New Zealand referee. It's playing an advantage though. There's 34 seconds on the clock.
And the bookies had them favourites by 32 points. And if they were to score a try now, converted or not, they'd be pretty close. There, the margin of victory, that is, of 32.
So to the
26 margin.
Left-hand corner as time ticks away, ebbs away here in Bordeaux. Line out called for Samoa. Malolo, he'd already scored a try, denied a second to deliver. They go to the back, taken down nicely, and they look to drive. Out at the back. They've already had one driving try. They're going to have another. And once again, he was denied no more than 30 seconds ago, and Sama Malolo not denied again. 41-10, time up in Bordeaux.
Strong finish by Samoa. Again, as we said, it had an air of inevitability about it. Really well executed as the Samoan players walk back, sort of satisfied with their day's work. Disappointing for Chile. They played well, they played bravely. They were in this match for a long time. They were scores very close to half-time. They just gave away a couple of soft penalties, and then you really didn't feel at any stage in the second half had they got in the position to really threaten Samoa.
Sopawanga to convert. Final acts of this game. Chile in a circle underneath the in goes. Lima drives it through. And Paul Williams waits confirmation. It is 43 points to 10. Samoa will take 5 competition points. And Chile,
to say, if you fade me up,
slight drop in the standard that we saw from them on that emotion-filled day against Japan last week. That was 42-12, 43-10. But after the 52-minute mark, a game which was quite promising throughout that fourth 52 minutes, just dropped away a little bit, but you can't deny Samoa deserved winners, deserved victors as well with the bonus point too. Sugar McNeil, your thoughts?
Absolutely. I mean, I think Samoa were slower to get going. I think in the first half was even. thought Chile played very well. I think they held them. You felt all the time looking at it that Samoa had more in the tank. They a few times had lined up wonderful overlaps for tries but didn't quite execute them, and they look a good team, and I think they'll be happy with today, but there's still a lot for them to look at. And this is a good day for them in their World Cup. They've gone ambitious, good side. They're going to be very competitive in their group.